the certified, amplified, intense.
Always on my mind. Always on my mind. Yeah. I creep in my mind.
On my mind. Somehow you always on my mind. I swear to God, you on my mind.
You remind me in my mind.
You on my mind. Run it by, run it by.
Twice I thought about you today, better than the quartet that usually plays. Never-ending memories we create in my mind. You remind me of love.
Somehow you always on my mind. I swear to God, you on my mind.
That was a teaser, y'all. That was just a teaser. We weren't gonna get. You're gonna hear the whole song in a moment. Welcome, everyone. In this virtual age, it's good to be here. I am Kenya. I'm getting ready to bring in my compadre producer, and we are presenting to you guys new music, and it's really, really cool. So I'm gonna bring him on. Centric.
Hey,
Hello.
what's happening?
Hello.
Yo,
And it's good to see you. See,
good
people
to
don't,
see you.
as a producer, they just, you just in the background, but I want to make sure everybody understands that Centric is releasing this song.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're going to dig into all of that. Thanks those who are writing comments. Hey, Pierre. Hey, Michael. Michael, you made it. Hi, Sally. It's good to see you guys. So make sure you put your comments, your hearts, share, tell people to come join this space. We are going to be sharing the full audio version. No, I'm not performing tonight. I've had a couple people like, "Oh, I can't wait to hear you say live. I can't wait." I'm like, no, we're not doing that. But we are giving you this kind of exclusive listen. And say, I'm saying, giving people a shout out. Kevin, my brother from another mother. It's always so good to see our people. So we are here to bring you a new song. Andrea, hello. I'm sorry, Chris. This is I got a little
No, it's all good.
Gwenny. Yeah, I'm gonna give the producers, yes, the love. So I said Chris just a moment ago. I'm gonna let him, but it says Centric. So I want to
Right.
make sure, yeah, I'm gonna let you tell the people who you are, what you do, and what you want to be called tonight. And I'll try very hard to stick.
I mean, you can call me Chris tonight. It's cool. But yeah, I go by the name Centric, and I'm a record producer from the Bay Area, and that's what I do. So here we are.
Ah, look at this humble sauce. This humble sauce. Being shy tonight. Well, we're really excited. I'm honored. We're going to dig in more how this even happened, how Chris and I even decided to do this. So we're going to have a real fun hour with you. Please, hopefully you can stay tuned for this hour, get you some food, get you some snacks. Relax, bring your cousin, your mama, tell everybody to watch, because I really want us to have a good time tonight, and talk about music and talk about this song. Hi, Steven. It's so good to see everybody. There's so much of my music family that I haven't seen you all, and just family, period, because of this little thing called Rona that I don't know. Chris, what do you think? You think Rona is dying down or?
No, I don't think it's dying down. I think it's changing.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
changing.
Yeah. Hannah came. Yay. Oh, my lovely Hannah and Kelly. So I want to make sure I'm shouting out people because I really appreciate you. I think it's really important. Um, music industry is a trip. I don't know, Chris. It's changing every day. Just maybe faster than Rona.
Oh yeah, much faster.
Much faster, much faster.
Much faster.
And I'm getting ready to play this song. I'm trying to give a couple minutes so people can get in here. So just maybe let people know, Chris, kind of what your background is musically and what kind of brings you to this point as who you are as a producer.
Well, hmm.
Don't give your whole life story because we only got
Oh,
like 2 minutes because then
right.
I got to play the song.
No,
Yeah,
I do
right,
not want to do that.
right.
Well, I mean, honestly, I have more of a hip hop background. I started out producing nothing but hip hop records for a lot of different people. But I've always had an interest in producing, different genres of music. I know how to play various instruments, so um, I feel like with this project, I wanted to fuse a lot of different genres. I wanted to fuse jazz, soul, R&B, everything. So basically, I started searching artists that I wanted to work with, and I found Kenya on YouTube. Actually, I was
Yes.
just browsing
That's so
videos, and
crazy.
I forgot what song it was that popped up, but I was just like, oh my God, like she is so dope. So I found her contact information and I reached out. I think it was email, right? Did I emailed you?
It was. And I literally was just, telling a radio promoter that I'm real dear with. And he was like, how'd you even meet this cat? How'd you even meet this cat? You're in Chicago. And I was like, he sent this email that showed me he was legit. Like your email was legit. You had no spelling errors. They were, you had complete sentences. You were like professional, respectful, you
Right,
organized, I was like, all right, well, let's talk. And
right,
then the
right.
talent just went from there. So I'm gonna dig more into that. I think, we have stalled enough. Those who are late, don't worry, we're gonna play the song again too. But we want to give you guys a listen to the whole song. It has already been previewed in the UK and has started to hit the UK radio land, independent radio land, and is breaking, like considered a breaker right now.
Right.
And in this song, you're going to hear not just me, but you are also going to hear the fine, iconic T3 from Slum Village. And so those of you, he's on tour right now. So he's not able to be with us here, but just really, and we'll talk more about how did we get T3? Like what was that? Because if you know Slum Village, I keep trying to tell people, Jay Dilla. I mean, most people are like, oh. Then they can kind of like get it all together.
Right, right, right.
But I will tell more about that story. So in the meantime, I just want to read a couple of our comments. Hi, Alicia, Tamiko, can't wait, Michael. So I'm sure Centric knows. Oh, Mystic. Oh, he's naming names. He's breaking it. Hero, Mystic.
Michael Dunn. Yes, I know all those
Yeah,
people.
he knows all those people.
Yeah.
I see my Bacon. Hey, Bacon. Thank you. Can't wait to hear the song. All right, we're gonna play the song. All right, so we're gonna play the song. And it's just, y'all listen, it's just audio. Okay. So it's not a whole music video. Cause I think that's another thing. That little teaser we gave you, I know it was yummy, but that was
Right.
it. That was yummy. We have a little bit of an extended because we're gonna play the song a couple times tonight so that you just make sure if you missed it or you came in late or you had to go cook and came back or whatever to make sure that you hear it. So this song was written. Chris did the music composition. Give him his dap. So when you hear the bass line, because the bass line on this song is so yummy. It's so yummy. That's what made me want to do this particular track because I was like, that
Right.
bass line. It was that bass
Right.
line.
And we changed it too, didn't we? Like
Did
what
we
I sent
change it?
you, it was pretty much the same, but I think after you recorded, I went back and like added more to it, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So you made it real yummy. But just understand that as a producer, he did do the music composition because Chris plays and writes and does all that. And then I wrote the lyrics. So, and then T3, he wrote his lyrics. And so this was a collaboration all done before COVID.
Mm,
And we'll get into that in a minute, how
mm.
long we've actually waited to get this song out there. So we've been real patient with this. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go ahead and play. Again, it's just the audio. So enjoy.
What are you doing? Okay, you keep going. You're always on my mind. Always on my mind.
Always on my mind. Thought of you. They creep in my thoughts. deny you, boy. Never intended spending all my time thinking of your smile. Won't you hold my hand? Don't let go. Oh no, there I go again, thinking of you. Always on my mind. Thought of you today. Constantly you remind me of love.
Somehow you always on my mind. I swear to God, you on my mind. Run it back, run it back. We reaching heights, we spending nights, my mind blown. I stood in the cold, bitter soul, so bravo. You changed my life, the vision bright, no blindfold. Overexposed, like showing my passcodes. A iller soul, I swear my heart was a tombstone. You came alone, you gave me something to lean on. Let's share a toast, we hella close. Them jealous folks can never slow, we do the most, they hit the coast. In their eyes, they surprised we fit with the vibe described as live top 5 on list. I recognize, fantasize, and wish. Here it is, we the shit. Let the glasses click. It's like thighs is thick, up a notch you lit. This love is certified, amplified, intense.
Always on my mind. Always on my mind. Yeah. I'm creeping my mind.
On my mind. Somehow you always on my mind. I swear to God, you on my mind.
You remind me in my mind.
You on my mind. Run it back, run it back.
Twice I thought of Anita there, better than the quartet that usually plays. Never-ending memories we create in my mind. You remind me of love.
Somehow you always on my mind. I swear to God, you on my mind.
Always on my mind. Always on my mind. Yeah. You creep in my thoughts.
Somehow you always on my mind.
Never-ending memories we create in my mind.
Oh, thanks for the love, everyone. Thanks for the love. I'm trying to put up what y'all are saying. Thank you so much. Okay, so yeah,
Yeah,
I think the people enjoyed it. I
I
think
think
they
so.
enjoyed it. I think they enjoyed it. Some great comments. I really appreciate everybody. So, this was honestly, I want to spend some minutes just talking about Kelly put romantic groove. Thank you for that because that's how I feel. I feel like it's romantic, but it's got a kick. So
Hmm.
so Chris, what for you, I don't know, what does this song mean to you? When you hear this song, we're getting phenomenal production, so you're getting much love on your production skills.
Um, I hear exactly that. I hear a romantic groove. Um, I feel like I covered the groove part, and then with what you wrote to it, you covered the romantic part. It's like I don't know. It's a love song that makes you move a little bit. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a feel good record. Every time I listen to it, I like it even more.
Me
I was just
too.
listening to it the other day. I was just
Me
like,
too.
this is really hot. Like this is dope. Like so, I
Yeah.
think we really got something too. And shout out to my boy Josh from VA. Um, he helped me a little bit with some of the production. Gave me some, added some keys and stuff in there for me.
Yeah.
But the song is great, and T3 killed it.
Oh
T3
my
did
gosh.
T3
Yeah.
typical slump
Yeah.
SV fashion.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's a great record. I think it's an awesome record.
Yeah. Well, we're getting some really beautiful comments. And so I want to share just a little bit. I was trying to, I'm trying to be tech. I can't be all things. But one of the things that I see popping up a lot, people are saying I really appreciate is the timeless factor. and
Right.
that, it reminds you of kind of like that 90s kind of hip hop
Hmm.
space, but
Yeah.
it's still relevant. And I think music can definitely get in these really trendy, weird spaces, especially nowadays, that it's like, is that even gonna be relevant later? We hear
Right.
Sade and we're still like, did she just come out with that? It's like, it's just timeless. So but I wanted to, I feel the same thing. I play the song all the time and understand, you guys. Chris reached out to me summer of 2019. That was August, and that was a really hard personally time for me. I had been like, forget music right now.
Right.
In all full transparency, I was separated. I was going through a separation. My personal life was just, and I was just like, I don't have the bandwidth for much of anything right now. And then I get this random email. And the thing is this with
Super
music and
random.
yes, the thing with music and me, I run from it. Y'all that really know me know I be running. I be running. I be like, no, 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 I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's too much. It's too much. And it just like whoosh, comes and grabs me. And so when you sent me the tracks, you were like Prince up in there. I mean, I don't know how many tracks you sent me. You sent
It
me.
was like 8. It was like 8 or 9 or something like that.
I think it was more than that. I don't
Probably.
know. It was a lot. And you hearing that music got me excited again because I was like, wow, like this dude actually is doing something. Like this is something. And so I started, and was funny. I'm my creative brain hits at like 3 a.m. It just does for some reason. Like I'll wake up with like, and this song, I started writing it at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I was in the bed and I could hear the lyrics just like na, 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 da, 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 da. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I literally sat and wrote it in like an hour or less. Like it just came
Wow.
to me. It was like I had the track, but I was still, and it just came to me.
Did you tell
So
me that?
I didn't.
I
I
was like, I
didn't.
don't remember. I don't remember that story.
I didn't. I think I just sent you a scratch and was like, what do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I was a little delirious, when I did it. And yeah, and I sent it to you and you were like, yeah, let's go. Come on, when are we gonna record? And I'm like, wait, so my life's a little complicated right now. I'm not
Right.
really
That
sure
sounds
how I'm
like
gonna
me. Just go mode, no matter what. Just go mode.
Yeah, but we made it happen. I went out to Cali and we recorded. And for the first time, my singers who are out here, we had a female sound engineer. Oh my God, I was
Mm,
so excited
we did.
because no, I'm not trying to be, but there are so few women in the sound engineering
There
industry
is.
part of things.
There is. There's not enough. Not nearly enough.
And she was dope. So when understand this, Chris is quite genius. His production is, but your sound engineer. And so you mentioned, is it Josh? Is that the other guy who helped out with some of
Right.
the engineering? Yeah. Your engineers and your recording is where it starts.
Mhm.
So having a really good sound engineer at the recording session is really important because you need a really, really clean recording so that when they go and mix and do all those
Right.
things, it makes
Right.
sense. So I already
Yeah.
knew, oh, we got a vibe. This is gonna be hot. And so tell the people a little bit about how T3, how did that come about?
Do I want to tell the whole story? You want the
Well,
truth?
keep it. Oh, I mean, I don't. Was it really hard? Well, oh yeah, kind of maybe.
The truth? I'm
What's
gonna tell
the
the truth.
truth? Okay, all right.
I'm gonna keep it 100 tonight. So,
Okay, all right.
Initially, we wanted Fonte.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted Fonte from Lil Brother on the song.
Yeah.
Um,
And Foreign
I thought
Exchange. Those of you who don't know Little Brother, Foreign Exchange.
Foreign Exchange.
Nicolay, Fonte's been all in that world too. Mhm.
Yeah, that was the number one pick, and I kind of thought it would be easy, because Kenya knew someone. What's her name?
Shauna
Shauna,
Tucker. All
who
of you
co-signs
who
with
are
Fonte,
Shauna,
and
yeah,
then
Shauna
I
recorded
actually
with him.
years ago produced a gang of songs for the Justice League, which Fonte was a part of with Ninth Wonder and everybody. So I thought it was going to be like a short shot. but I guess Fonte, what did he say? He wasn't doing features at the moment, or
Yeah, he was
something like
actually
that?
very gracious. He was like,
He liked
this
the song.
track is dope.
Yeah,
I'm not doing features right now, but
right.
best of luck to you because it's a dope track. So that gave us our rejection felt a little bit. We were rejected pleasantly.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
And then what happened?
Christy, because of your connection with Christy, who, um, what does she manages? No, she doesn't manage
She's
people.
PR. She's a
PR.
publicist, and she did
Okay.
PR for Slum Village.
So, that was it. We were just like,
And that
well,
was
let's try to
it.
get T3, and it just worked out.
I think, and honestly, I feel like we reached out to Christy thinking maybe somebody else, and I can't remember. And then
Was it?
I feel like then she was like, "What about Slum? Like, what about?" I think that's kind of, I can't
Who
exactly
was
remember,
it?
but I don't remember now. I don't remember. I felt like, but the point being, relationships.
Relationships.
Those of you who are out in this,
Hmm.
indie grind, just know this, those relationships. And I don't burn bridges. And I see some beautiful, I see my Tracy out here in the audience, and Patrick, Poor, and just everybody, just thank you for the support. And so yeah, she recommended T3, and we kind of, I think, went through a couple of emails. He heard the track, and his people were like, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
We'll do it. And so he recorded, and then we were all getting excited. Because remember, this is before the Rona. This is before the Rona.
Right. Yep. Yep.
And I was feeling more connected to music again. And you had some more tracks. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get myself back in the mix, and la la
Right.
loo and lulu la. And we coming up with the video treatment and da da do and do do
Yeah.
da.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
And then everything came to a screeching halt.
yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. And so once COVID hit, we just kind of, obviously we just sat and like
Yeah.
everybody else. And we did have a moment that we were like, it was maybe a year into COVID, maybe, or a little over a year, and we were like, okay, let's
Where are
brush.
we?
Yeah, let's brush off the song.
Right.
Is it still relevant? And then, so we were back in talks again, video, and see
Mhm.
how we can do this.
Right.
And then
Right.
you had an emergency. You
And
you
I
had
had
a
an emergency, so I had to postpone the video that we had planned to do. Um, it's weird. I think God really works in mysterious ways. Like,
yeah.
it's just weird. I think the way in the timeline in which everything has happened, it was meant to happen that way. It was
Yeah.
meant to happen this way.
Yeah.
I think so.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
'Cause,
And in hindsight, I'm just so grateful that, because it would have been too much personally on a lot of levels for
right.
me. So so we went back in hiding again. And then I don't even know, Chris, what made us say, let's do this. Like what
Um,
happened?
I think it was me.
I think it was you.
I think during these breaks, I was still working on my album. Like I was working silently on all these songs. And it just got to the point where it's just like, look, this project's basically done. If we're gonna put this song out as a single, we need to go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's make this happen. And so that's pretty much we
That's
just
what
started moving.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because then Omicron came.
Right.
Because we were like, okay,
Right.
we're set. I think we had made those arrangements back maybe late November, early
Mhm.
December. Like, okay, I'm going to Cali, MLK weekend. We're gonna do a promo video. We're gonna release on this. We're going. And it's like, oh my gosh. But we
Right.
said, let's keep it going. We're taking care of, be safe. And
Yeah.
here we are. So so it's just 2 years, folks. Actually, more than 2 years. A little over
Yeah.
2 years. A
Yeah.
little over 2 years. So
Yeah.
we're really excited about the song. So thanks everybody for chiming in. We're gonna play now. So I'm gonna play another clip of the song so you can hear it again. We're gonna take some questions if you have some questions. And we're also going to what was I going? Oh yeah, talk a little bit about the industry. Please note, I'm going to put this kind of in here, that if you want that song and you need it in your life before Friday. So the song officially releases this Friday, and
Mhm.
it's going to be streaming on all the major platforms.
Yep.
I don't know, Chris, you have, because technically this is Centric featuring Kenya and
Right.
T3. So this would be all in his world. I'll be, putting it up on my website just
Right.
as to push people.
Yeah.
But you guys know, when y'all stream, we get, we want you to stream. Okay, so do stream, but just understand that we get 0.0008 cents. So if you want to make a donation, if you're really feeling the song and you're like, let me support, artists, and I'm going to be doing way, way more in terms of supporting artists and having artists' voices really stand out. So be staying tuned to that. But there's, in that scroll, those are places where you can make a donation. Those of you who have already made a donation, thank you. And just understand that you will get, if you make a donation, you will get a download. Remember those? Remember that, where you actually
I
get
know, right?
MP3? Yes, you will be sent that. You will be emailed that. And I've also created a mechanism where you can do your own streaming. If you want to stream, I have a special little thing where you can click into the stream, so you don't have to download. So that will be sent, I'm hoping, within 48 hours from today. So yes, if you make a donation, that's our kind of gift to you. It's for that. So we're going to replay just a snippet. We're not going to do the whole song. We will play the whole song again at the end. But this next little video is kind of we played the first half of it. And that's the one I was promoting on all the social media. So thanks everybody
Right.
for all the love. But now we're going to show, you'll see a little bit of back scenes when we were actually recording,
Right.
as well as mixed up with the footage. So it's just another little snippet. So I'm going to take that on now. Let's go.
You remind me of Do, re, mi, writing melodies all day, lullabies at night. I can't stop, you're always on my mind. You remind me of love inside. I can't deny you, boy. Never intended spending all my time thinking of your smile. Won't you hold my hand? Don't let go. Oh no, there I go again, thinking of you. Always on my mind. Thought of you today, constantly you remind me of love.
So that's that's actual footage when we were in the studio.
Yep.
I kind of forgot when I was looking at that. I was like, oh yeah, we were talking, writing, trying to figure out stuff.
Yeah. We were in there really working.
Believe it or not, we were actually really
We
working.
were actually working. Yep.
So at this point, if any of you have any questions, I don't know what all I'm seeing. I think I'm seeing from Facebook and YouTube. Feel free, if you have a question for Chris, or if you have a question for me, while we wait, if any questions come through. Chris, you talked about an album. So can you tell us more about this album and release, and when we can expect to get a full project from you?
Yeah, this song is going to be off a compilation album that I'm putting out sometime in August, probably around my birthday. So you can expect this song. And if you follow me on social media, or you've been to my website, or you know who I am in general, then you know that I've put out some other singles, and those songs will be on my project as well. So a lot of good stuff. So you can expect the album's going to be called Love Received, and it's going to be out towards the end of the year, probably around August.
Awesome. His
Yeah.
birthday is the day before Michael Jackson's, right? You have a
Hmm.
these Virgos. Singers, if you ever have an opportunity to work with a producer that's a Virgo, take it. Because Virgos don't mess around in that. And those of you who follow my music know Kendall Duffy. This is another crazy thing is Chris's birthday is the day before Kendall's. And Kendall's my
That's
other
crazy.
I know, my other amazing
Wow.
yeah, producer. All right, so we have a couple questions. So let's see here so we can answer. The first one, and I don't think you said this. How many cuts will the project have? How many songs?
12
Ooh, it's a
with an
real
intro.
album.
Yeah, no, it's a full album. I got Kenya on it. Carlita Duran's
Got
on it.
Carlita Duran, those
I
of you who
got
are fans.
Raheem Devon on it. And I'm gonna leave it right there. I don't want to give too much, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, those and those three, there we go. That's enough for everybody to buy it. So just yeah, Carlita did a really great job
Right.
on the Vibe song. I really enjoyed that
You
song.
said physical copies. There will
Yeah.
be I don't know, not for this single, but for my album, there will be physical copies pressed up. You should be able to get it off my website.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for the questions, Pierre
Yeah.
and Stephen. Sherry has a question. What do you both enjoy most about working together? Oh, that's a great question. I'll let you start, Chris.
Hmm.
Oh, you shouldn't be having to think that long.
No, I'm just trying to figure
Okay.
out the best way to, it's you. No, I'm
Aw,
serious. No, because I feel like you know, the more easygoing a person is, the more kind of chill their personality is in real life, the easier they are to work with on a professional level or a music level. And
yeah.
so just your person, just who you are as a person, it just kind of spills over into the the music relationship too. So and you're brilliant. So
Oh,
I
oh
mean,
man.
yeah, I mean, you're cool and you're brilliant. I mean, it's really that simple. It's really that simple.
Wow. Well, I'm going to receive that. I'm working on receiving
Compliment.
compliments and not, no, but I receive it. So thank you very much. And honestly, ditto. Really
Oh,
ditto. I mean, you are super. One of the things, I think what I enjoy the most is everything you just said. You're laid back, but you are about completion.
hmm.
You're about completion. You're about your word. I have in these 2 years of knowing you, um, you've just, if you've said this, or I can't that, or I will this, you stick to it. And I think that is such a joy. I don't have to worry. I don't have to wonder. I don't
That's the
have to,
Virgo.
yes, it is. This is why I'm
Hmm.
telling,
Yeah.
singers, but beyond your sign, you're funny. I like to laugh. Talk about brilliance and talent.
Oh,
Seriously, like I was kind of joking, but not really, as far as the Prince having that many tracks, because you dished out just a number of tracks to me and had more and had more and had more. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like crazy. I can't, so I think that we've just had a really good time. Um and my spiritual self knows there's no coincidence. So I think that it's been quite divine order. So that was a
mhm.
great question. Thank you, Sherry. I really enjoy really the same thing that you said. Kevin said, I've known her for 30 years. Centric, all facts.
All
That's
facts.
true. He has known me for
All
30
facts.
years. Well, I try, but we can take some more questions. We're going to be on for just a few more minutes. I allotted an hour, but we may or may not use the whole hour. We are going to play the full song again and to round it off and to end. But I want to talk because just as we kind of begin to wrap up, a lot of people have asked me, when are you going to do music? Why aren't you doing music? And I wanted to kind of clear that up a little bit because, the pandemic, a lot has happened. Okay, clearly. We all know that, right? There's been a lot. Um, and for me in my personal life, I've had so many changes that I've had to make in my life, personally, that I've had to really reground myself and better understand just what kind of where I want to be and go. And I'm still, working through those things. But music is so as I said, as soon as I want to run away, what does it do? It haunts me. It
Mm-hmm.
haunts me all the time. And
Mm-hmm.
so I realized that I have to have music in my life in some shape or form. It's not an option. I thought it could be,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not. It's really not an option. And, I do many things, as many of you know, and I know it can be sometimes confusing, and people will say, "You're doing that. What?" But I've learned to really accept all those parts of me. And so I too have an EP that's just been waiting. Um, I know though the bandwidth of releasing that is a special bandwidth. So I commend you, Chris, for for taking this on, because it is
It's a
it is a
lot.
lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. And I'm not quite there yet to do that, but I'm so grateful that you're releasing this song, because I don't want people to think that I'm not doing music,
Right.
because I very much am. I'm just doing it my way, and I have to do it differently than the way that maybe people have come to understand me to do it. So I know there's been times when I've said I'm coming out of music, and then it goes radio silence. And I've decided that I have the option to go radio silence if I need to.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
so I appreciate everyone's patience and continued support. The industry is challenging, but it's really I'm not going to leave music. I'm just not, and I know you're not, Chris.
I can't. I've tried. It doesn't work.
We've all
It
tried.
doesn't work.
We've all tried.
It doesn't work.
So we have another question here. What is the timeline for the release of the entire project, Chris? What's your timeline?
August.
So, I
August.
think that's right. You mentioned that August. Yes.
Probably towards the end of August. That's the target date.
Yeah.
But it will
Yeah.
be released the end of this year. But I'm shooting for my birthday. I'm shooting for end of August.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you for
Yeah.
that question, Sun King.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I don't know when I'm releasing. I have no idea. I don't know. But I do. There is another single that I really love off of the project, and I want to get it out there in the world soon, because it too, I think it's timeless. I think in my head, but maybe that's just in my head.
Oh,
So
I'm
I don't
sure
want
it
to,
is.
because that was also done in 2019. So, but yeah. All right, so we're gonna play the song one last time before. Oh, we got some more questions. That's fine. We got time. Are you going to have a release show? Oh, or a listening party?
Ooh. A release show, probably not. A listening party, probably. Um, yeah, I've already thought about doing that. I'm most likely going to do that. As far as the details about that, I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
yeah, as far as the full project, there will be some type of gathering for the release. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
got to celebrate.
We have to celebrate, which is
Yeah,
why I
absolutely.
wanted to do this. I pulled Chris into this. I said, listen, we got to do 2 2 2 2 2 because all the twos, that's a good sign. We need to do something. And I, of course, in my silly self, I have all these other commitments today. So this has been a batty day for me. But I knew that this was going to be, this is my yummy spot doing the music. So I appreciate that. So make sure you are following. We have if you don't, most of y'all already follow, but just make sure, in case you're not following Chris, I Am Centric is his social media
Facebook and
handle. Yes.
Instagram, I Am Centric. Twitter, Who is Centric, and then
Oh,
you
you're
always
Who is Centric. I didn't know
yeah,
that.
and then Who is Centric. And then you can always go to my website www.iamcentric.com.
Yeah.
Yep.
And another thing that we didn't mention, two things. I have a podcast, although we're on hiatus right now, making money in the music business. We're on break. Not sure when we're coming back up, but we're still available. You can still find our episodes. And we interviewed Chris on that. So we deliver a lot more in depth about who who this dude is. So definitely, if you go to making money in the music biz.com, and I think if you put in keyword centric, you'll find that podcast episode. Um, and what was the other thing that I was going to say? It was really important about getting in touch with you. Oh, I know. This isn't about getting in touch, but something else that Chris does very special. And he's not going to talk about this, but I'm going to bring it up. Your music being on TV and
Oh,
what is that other part that you do in your life?
yeah. Yeah, just I've received some licensing deals and sync deals throughout my career. So I've had music placed on
Come
commercial
on. That's why I said
television
no.
shows.
Tell the brands, because this is important for the other
Oh,
musicians out here.
Nike, Wendy's, the Olympics, um,
Just the Olympics.
MTV, OWN, VH1, a bunch of stuff.
Did you have something with NFL?
Probably. I gotta go back. I've been doing that for a long time. So
So humble. So
yeah,
humble. I mean, that's a big deal. So that I think, understand that as musicians, beyond just maybe producing singles that play on the radio or streamed on platforms,
right,
music licensing, having your music in film and
right,
TV and commercials
yeah,
is a really amazing space too. And so for those of you who are
absolutely.
curious about
Yeah.
that and,
I
want to learn
preach
more
that
about,
too.
yeah,
I preach that a lot because it's a lot of producers and artists who think that it's black or white. You're either selling records or you're not doing anything. And I'm just like, there's a big gray area, a big gray space where there's a lot of things you can do with your music. So you got to tap into some of that stuff. Music is everywhere. Gas stations, grocery stores, jingles, commercials. I mean, someone's creating that stuff. So,
exactly.
you know,
Exactly. Yeah. So I just wanted to
yeah.
give you some dap on that because that's significant. And so obviously they don't tell you they don't necessarily tell you who wrote this track that you're listening to for 10 seconds, but I
Mhm.
think it's important. Steven said, need to bring this to the DMV. Bring the show. Listen, I don't know. I hope that we can get back, but I will say this. I'm working on something really special. Chris doesn't even know what it is because it's so special. I haven't talked to him about it, and I'm not going to, I can't really talk very much about it, but just understand this, that there are some dope AF artists out here. Okay. Dope people that many of you probably have never even dreamed of hearing about. And I think that, we're going to be going through a bit of a renaissance when it comes to art, period, because of all of the shutdown. We've kind of been leveled in a lot of spaces. So I want to add to this kind of renaissance. I think that you're finally, with people like Joni Mitchell and, India.Arie pulling their music, Neil Diamond pulling their music from Spotify's. This is
Mhm.
huge. It's really huge because
Yeah.
what it's saying is, we are attempting to bring back the truth of artistry, and we
Mhm.
are worth more than what has happened to us. And
Mhm.
so I hope that I can create spaces for artists so that, yes, in the DMV across the country, you will hear music like this and music from other artists. I've got Tracy on here in the audience. Tracy's a phenomenal artist in the Bay Area, mind you, Chris. You need to kind
Oh,
of hook up with Tracy. Yeah.
okay. All
And
right.
then beyond music, just, your writers, your filmmakers,
Mhm.
amazing. And I did want to mention, give dap to who filmed these
Nikki,
videos that yeah, Nikki Blue,
Nikki
Nikki to
Blue
he
out
was
of Richmond, California.
okay, yeah, out of
Yeah.
Richmond, California, not Virginia, California.
Right.
And there are just some really, I mean, who's usually does my videos and who we were going to potentially work with the full videos, Damon Jamal, and that's my
Damon.
dude. Yep. Damon and I did a stream on here when I did Rest, which was another song that I just kind of did a kind of not a real public release because I'm doing some other special things with that song. But but yeah, that we want to hear from those people, you know, and for you to be exposed to the people who, you know, we don't even have liner notes anymore, really, for you to see. That's how I really learned how to understand musicianship and music, was by reading liner notes. That's really what got me to understand, oh, there's a bass player. Oh, there's
Mhm.
someone who writes this. Oh,
Right.
there's someone. And so I learned that as a child because I would sit and read my dad's albums, you know, the vinyl albums. I would read, they used to be books. Like it used to be autobiography books with albums. So I would read. That's why I knew Minnie Riperton sang behind Stevie Wonder. Like I knew these things from
Right.
reading that, and that helped me understand, oh, when a song is put together, it's a bunch of different artists that come
Right.
together.
Hmm.
And right now, people just think, you know, oh, you know, it's just, where's my computer beat? It's like, oh
Right.
my gosh.
Right. I did the same thing. When I was little, I was buying albums. I was reading the notes. I was reading the credits. I was seeing who did what. And then you realize like, oh, this was really a group effort.
Yes.
So it
Yes.
changes things. It changed your whole perspective.
Yes. And
Yep.
you know, as independent as, you know, Prince and Stevie Wonder, I think Prince and Stevie Wonder, honestly, I don't know. I don't know if there are any other two artists or any other artists. I'm sure there are. I just love them both, who literally do everything on their albums, everything. But even
Right.
with their everything, they still have collaborators in some
Right.
capacity. So we have a couple things I want to read. Kelly said there are so many great unknowns out there. Really great music is available that's not on the radio. Exactly. And this is kind
Facts.
of, yes, this is
Facts.
kind of the point of why I'm moving forward in this project, so that that happens. We have another question. I'm going to read this here from Tracy. Let me see. Wait a minute. What do you both do to spark creativity? Ooh, and especially you, Chris, because you be like,
I'm
oh,
all
I
over the
wrote.
place.
Yeah, I know. So what do you do to spark creativity?
I'm I was just talking about this with someone. Actually, they were making fun of me. Like I'm really a weird one. I really, anything could spark creativity with me. Um, I think, and people are gonna hear that, I think, when it's album time, because they're gonna see the versatility. I was just I'm a couple weeks ago, I was finishing up a song for my project. I'm working with a choir from London. So, and
Yes.
it's a gospel record actually.
Wow.
So I'm all over the place. I could hear any little thing, or someone could say something, and it'll kind of spark an idea in my mind. Or um, I know, like with my hip hop background, It's interesting. I'd be in the car and just like hear a record, like an old soul record from the '70s or something, and I would actually start chopping it up like in my head and like rearranging the different the different parts of the sample to create a new melody. I would do that in my head, and I would
Wow.
keep it in there until I got to my workstation, and then I would actually create it. So any little thing could spark a new song with me.
Wow.
Sometimes I think I'm crazy, like I'm going crazy. It's weird. I feel weird.
I know, because you got a whole world going on in your head. That's how I feel. It's similar. I mean, for me, I will say I've been more in my business head lately, and I don't like that. I realize I need to get more in my creative, you know, space. But same idea. Anything pretty much inspires me. I typically, though, a mood is typically what kind of gets me. So if I'm angry, if I'm sad, if I'm in love, if I'm, you know, whatever, though, it's usually a mood for me. And I know when I listen to music to write, which I really, pretty much all the producers I work with, I tell them just create a track. Like I don't ever go in and say, okay, I want the beat to come down on 5, and then I want you to put a guitar over to the left, and then I want you to pan it over to the, I don't do that. It's like,
Yeah,
show up as an artist, be you, and let me see, because it pushes me. It pushes me to have to create according to what they as artists have created,
right.
and that mood that they create. So mood is really big for me. And if a song like this song, it instantly felt like, ooh, this is sexy. This is sexy. I gotta say something that, but it's subtle. Like, so it's
Right.
not like Megan Thee Stallion. Like, it's not,
Right.
it's not like
It's
that.
not like in your face.
It's
Yeah.
subtle, and it felt more dreamy. And so I really wrote that song based on that emotion that I felt, and the mood. It felt sexy, it felt subtle, it felt a little dreamy, felt a little esoteric. I write a lot of poetry. I've been writing poetry since I don't know how old, and I kept pretty much all my pieces from college. I still have. And so sometimes if I'm
Wow.
looking for, yeah, if I'm looking for lyric, like if I'm kind of like I'll be writing and then I'm like I'm missing something, then I will go through my poetry writing and see kind of if there's something I've written that fits the mood. And that's
And
kind
then
of what
you could, like,
happened.
pull from.
Yeah. And so this
That's
song,
dope.
I was clear on the verse like on this when I was writing, but then when it was time to do the hook, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta do some other, then some other layers in here, and then we did that spoken word. That spoken word piece is actually from a poem that I wrote. When you hear me
Wow.
talking at the very end, that was one of my, I'm in love today when I was
Wow.
19, so
That's what I'm saying. Genius. Wow.
no.
That's so dope. That's so dope.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Because
So
was that poem? When we recorded? Was that like in the plan, or wasn't that like more of a spur of the moment thing with
it
the
was.
poem?
I had it kind of in my back pocket, and I said, I don't know if this is gonna work, if it's gonna sound corny, because I don't want it to sound corny. I don't want to all of a sudden be flowetry. Like I just wanted it to make sure that it made sense. But when we were in the studio and the vibe was still so moody, and I was like, yeah, no, I think this can work. So
Right.
that's what. All righty. Well, thank you guys for the questions. These were great questions. We're going to play the song one last time so that everybody, if you came in late and you didn't get to hear the full song, or if you just want to hear it again, and just as some reminders, the song will officially be released this Friday, the 25th. This
Mhm.
is when you search for it. Understand, you need to say Centric featuring Kenya. Put Centric in Kenya. It
Mhm.
may not pop up in your thing, so just make sure you understand it's called Always on My Mind. Also, you can put T3 in there. It should pop up. But come
Mhm.
to our social media, because obviously we're going to have it blasted there, and Centric will have it on iamcentric.com, his website.
Absolutely. Yep.
We've been scrolling the whole donation piece. So if you've enjoyed tonight, as artists, we entertain, we appreciate, financial support. So if you've enjoyed tonight and you can spare some dollars to support us as we continue to make music, it's really appreciated. Not required, but appreciated. And if you do that, I'm collecting those emails, and you'll be sent an actual MP3 for your gifting, as well as a streaming option. So thank you, Tracy. I'm seeing all the congrats. I appreciate that. And
Thank
for
you.
me, that's my social media. Y'all know it. Also, KenyaMJmusic.com. I have been doing a lot more health and wellness stuff. So if you go to Finding Your Voice After 40, and that's 40.com, because that's the other part of me. That's the other big part of me, is health and wellness. So you can check that out, because I have a retreat that only has 4 more slots left. Only 4 more. So if you know that you need to retreat, check that out. So, all right, we're going to play the song again, and then we'll come back for, we're not going to just go goodbye, but we'll play the song one more time. All right, let's see.
What are you doing? Okay, you keep going. You're always on my mind. Always on my mind.
Always on my mind. Thought of you, creeping my thoughts. Constantly never-ending memories within my mind. You remind me of do, re, mi.
you always on my mind. I swear to God, you on my mind. Run it back, run it back. We reaching heights, we spending nights, my mind blown. I stood in the cold, bitter soul, so bravo. You changed my life, the vision bright, no blindfold. Overexposed, like showing my passcodes. A iller soul, I swear my heart was a tombstone. You came alone, you gave me something to lean on. Let's share a toast, we hella close, them jealous folks. Can never slow, we do the most, they hit the coast. And they eyes, they surprised we fit with the vibe described as live top 5 on list. I recognize, fantasize, and wish. Here it is, we the shit. Let the glasses click. It's like thighs are stick. Up a notch, you lit. This love is certified, amplified, intense.
Always on my mind, always on my mind, yeah. I creep in my mind.
On my mind. Somehow you always on my mind. I swear to God, you on my mind.
You remind me in my mind.
You on my mind. Run it back, run it back.
Twice I thought about you today, better than the quartet that usually plays. Never-ending memories we create in my mind. You remind me of love.
Somehow you always on my mind. I swear to God, you on my mind.
Always on my mind, always on my mind, yeah. Creep in my, you creep in my mind.
Somehow you always on my mind.
Never-ending memories we create in my mind.
All righty. Well, this has been fun, Chris. Did you have a good time? Yeah. I know I just threw you under to do this.
It's all right. It's all right.
But that's the other cool thing about you is that Chris is like, I'll say, what do you think about A, B, C, D, E, F, G? He's like, yeah, that's dope. Let's do it. Let's just go. And I'm like, all right.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, no, you and Kelly, I'm gonna put that up. Great job. Thanks so much, Kelly. All right. Well, I'm timely. I try to be respectful of the time. I said it was going to be an hour. Again, feel free to hit us up on DMing us, share with others, let people know. Listen, you guys need to check out this song. And hopefully, I think there's some more features coming out, so you'll be able to support the song and read the blogs and all that good stuff. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna get ready to end the broadcast, but you guys be blessed. Please stay safe out here in these streets.
Right.
It's a world. And do you have any last things you want to say, Chris, before we end the broadcast?
Not really. Thank you for showing up and supporting the song, and hopefully you guys enjoy the album when it comes out.
You're going to. He's
They
dope.
will.
Yeah, he's dope.
They
You're gonna
will.
enjoy it. So
I'm gonna make sure of it.
all right. Well, Chris, you hang out. I'm gonna end the broadcast, but
Okay.
we'll see you guys later. Thank you, Jeff. Loved it all. You're welcome. I'm so glad we were able to do this too. So all right, be good, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.